Good morning. It's a cloudy day. I'm sitting in my garden, drinking my coffee and reading my Bible. Look, the King James Version. And I thought, queer history moment. The inspiration. So in 1567, James, an openly queer man, became the King of Scotland. And in 1579, we learn of his first public romance with a man. This man happened to be his cousin Esme. Esme and him had a fiery romance. In fact, it got a little too fiery, so he kicked him to the curb and focused on more important things, like in 1603 becoming the King of England, and in 1604 writing this baby. That's right, he got 47 or so men together to help him change the edition of the Bible that was the most common, the Geneva. He didn't like the Geneva Bible because it talked about things like Puritans and Calvinism, and he believed in an Episcopal structure of the church. He wanted bishops. He would have had nothing to do with the nonsense of Baptist and non-denominational because he believed the true church had bishops and an Episcopal structure. So he got all these men together to write this, and as they were going through this in roughly 1607, Robert Carr comes into the picture. Robert Carr and him have this public relationship, and they write these very spicy letters back and forth, discussing things like the changes he's making to this Bible and some stuff that are not for children's ears. But Robert Carr didn't last, and in 1615, 4 years after this baby was done, he fell for the love, well, one of the loves of his life, George, the Duke of Buckingham. In fact, in letters to George and publicly, he often called George his wife. That's right, George was wifey material. Also, in 1611 and in 1769, both editions of the actual King James Bible, you won't find the word homosexual. I mean, for obvious reasons, it wasn't even a word yet. But also, I don't think King James would have liked the Bible telling him that his boyfriends weren't good. I find it fascinating that the same people who have homophobic rants and leave comments like this about the King James Bible are so stuck on the fact that their faith that the only true word comes from a very, very queer man, King James. Happy bisexual pride.